What's going on, guys? Ern here, back again. Post show, feel a little ill, but I have some time, and so I figured I'd record some stuff for y'all. Show went great. I unfortunately am in the middle of selling the rest of the binders, and so I've already pieced them apart, and I would show you guys. But actually, let me see if I have one of these I can pull up. I'll use this binder because this is a pretty big hit, and I actually haven't pieced it out yet. If you're wondering why my voice is so coarse, I must have caught something. I've been having the chills, a little tired, a bit sore, but you know what? That's just a trade-off that happens. This binder was a pretty big hit. I'm sure if you watched the other video, you're watching this one, a lot of the cards that were back here got moved up. And so I sold a lot of the big hits on the first page, minus this guy, of course. I started filling in a lot of the pages with cards in the back. This binder did decently. You know, I was hoping for probably 30% of the binder to go, but the cheaper hollows obviously are a little bit harder to sell given the condition they're in. Yeah, I think I did pretty good in this binder. The rest of these EXs are probably going to be going soon to a couple friends of mine for 70% of what I'm asking, probably 60%. So we'll see. The vintage binder I actually just took apart, so it's completely gone. It's broken down into stacks of hollows now, so I can't really show them off. But today's video, I just wanted to talk about the event and also go through a couple of things that I've got in through the mail. I don't think this is going to be a particularly long video, but we'll see. You never know. So yeah, let's get started. Let's talk about the event and a pickup I got. I traded a Misty's Tears Japanese PS10 for this Blastoise PSA 7 Shadowless. You're probably asking why. I thought you don't collect vintage. I really don't. Vintage English isn't really my thing, but when I was a young kid, one of my fondest memories was having a first edition Blastoise, and I traded a first edition Venusaur for it. But then the kid I traded it to didn't tell me that there was a crease. I think it was like right here in the card when he traded it to me. And so that's like my fun, I guess, worst memory ever of Blastoise. You know, I was always hoping to get another one. So when I saw this, you know, this guy I was talking to, he wanted to trade, you know, he really wanted the trainer, so I decided to trade it for this. And a PSA 7 Shadowless sells for like $300, $350. And so value-wise, I think I made up a little better than he did. But I have this card now. I'll probably end up selling it eventually or trading it. But I thought it was kind of cool to add to the collection. I like Shadowless just because like the color scheme is a little bit different than base set. It has like that washed color compared to the other cards. This got a 7. It's, I don't know. Is that a 7? Looks like a 6 to me. I don't grade vintage, so I don't really know. What else did I get? Not pictured here. I got an Evolving Skies booster box for relatively cheap. In total trade value, I actually got it for about 400 and... All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to check on the baby. Where was I? I got Evolving Skies booster box. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. This guy, very minty. I don't have any Evolving Skies in my collection anymore. I sold it off a long time ago. And so I got this for pretty cheap. And the cool thing about being a vendor and in person, you get people who have stuff that they really want to get rid of, and they would rather trade that stuff for something else they really want, and they will gladly take lesser value for it. So I was taking trades at 70%. Ended up trading, I think, my Giratina from Lost Abyss. So value-wise, it's about $600, but I actually paid like $400, $425. So essentially, I got this booster box, which is $700 for about $425, which is not bad. It's actually a really good trade for me. So, sorry, I had to put that back. I got a chili rain case. I had a guy sell me a chili rain case. He seemed pretty desperate to sell it. I ended up buying it for about $9.50, which is incredibly cheap. I actually sold a chili rain case last week for like $1,300, so we made out well. I think that's it for the pickups. So what we're gonna do is I got some stuff here from a recent Bai pickup, so stuff from Japan, and then I'm gonna go through some stuff I'm gonna submit to PSA, which is gonna include some of these cards if I can condition them and get them situated. So let's go through piece by piece. We'll go with the slabs. If you're unaware, the least popular set in Sword and Shield, Pokemon Go, the Mewtwo, which, you know, before this set came out, there's a lot of hype for this card. Nowadays, though, even in Japanese, the price has plummeted. I got this card for like $45 in a PSA 10. That is ridiculous. I think long term, who knows what will happen in Pokemon Go, but $45 for a PSA 10, top hit in the set. Whatever your opinion is on the card and the set, that's a price that, you know, you can't really beat. I got these two lovely pairs. I originally was middlemaning one of these for someone, and then they bailed. And so I have two of these. They are up for trade / sale. If I don't get rid of them in the next day or two, they're actually going to go to the eBay vault, so I can sell them for 0% fees. Great cards. You know, I've had a couple of these in the collection, both in English and in Japanese for a while. I love the card. I think now is probably not the time to squat on these type of cards because the value is so high and they're still very liquid. And so, you know, I have them, but they're going to go to a new home so I can continue to run this business. Electivire Level X. So as you recall, many of you know that I'm collecting Level X's in Japanese. I got this. It is CGC, which is unfortunate because the slabs aren't going to match my other slabs. But I got this for relatively cheap. I think I got this for like $50, which $50 for any Level X is a ridiculous deal. Usually a lot of the starter deck ones come that cheap, but this one in Secret of the Lakes, I mean, this is a, you know, good hit from that set, so you can't really beat that price. You know, I was looking at some box breaks, and you know, some of the booster packs for those box breaks for this set, for these eras, like $150, $200. So if you were to participate in a box break, sorry, I can't talk. If you participate in a box break, you might have a chance of pulling this card, but you'd be paying literally triple what I paid for it. So it's kind of a no-brainer for me to pick up. The rest of these cards are some inventory that I was supposed to have for the show that did not come in time. That is the unfortunate thing about buying stuff from Bai or Mercari. How does this card look? You can plan for like 2 weeks for the cards to come, and sometimes they don't come for like 2 weeks or even longer. And so, you know, that's sometimes the nature of the beast. It's weird because sometimes when you order stuff from Japan, it comes like within 2 days. It'll be in your storage. Other times it could take literally 2+ weeks, and so I purchased these a while ago, and they just did not arrive on time. My plan with these, and this has the infamous print line, as many of them do. Starbirth is a set that is known for, is one of the first Sword and Shield Japanese sets that is known to have many print lines across all the cards. It still could 10. I have many cards from Starbirth, from Battle Region, from Dark Phantasma, who, you know, they have print lines like that and they still 10. Given my cost basis for this card, how cheap it was, I'm still gonna try. You know, the worst thing can happen is it comes back at 9, and it's worth the same amount as it is raw, probably. Shiny Star V, Charizard VMAX. Let's see how the bad boy looks. So that Zard, when I bought it, definitely could not see if it had a print line. So that is rather unfortunate. So one of my big misses from the show was, let me start and dig through these yards. I had a couple issues. One was I thought I was getting an 8-foot table, and I actually got a 6. And last time I had an 8-foot table, and it was plenty of space for me. This time, working with 6-foot table, it was less than ideal. And my learning lesson is I just brought too many binders. I brought 6 binders, and I eventually had to cycle through them. And I was not able to showcase some of these cards that I wanted to show, like many of these rainbows. I think I only sold one of these. I have like 6 of them for sale. So that's a big oopsie on my part. I should have prioritized these better to be sold. I think if I would have lowered the price a little bit, I was asking like 60 or 55. If I would have lowered the price a little bit, I probably would have been able to sell them a bit quicker. Or actually sell them at all. This is a CP6 Zard. You know, of all the reprints of Charizards, this is probably like the most boring. But this is definitely clean. Nice swirl too. We will take that. We will gladly take that. And then another Shiny Star V Zard. If I can get it open without damaging the card. So the show, all in all, I haven't really talked about how much I sold. If you made it this far, I'll say it once and probably never again. I sold close to 5 figures total at the show. A lot of that was through a mixture of slabs, so high-end slabs. A lot of the singles from the different binders I have. And then I sold about 50... I sold 80 slabs in total, which is pretty good. I sold 56 or 57 to the same person. It was a TikTok streamer. Oh, no. No. See that? That definitely was not in the pictures. Gosh, dang it. Well, time to sell that as light played with a ton of photos and see if anyone will buy it. Okay, this last stash of stuff is kind of random. I had the intent going to the show to have stacks of level X cards just to showcase in the mid-era binder. These didn't come in time, and I don't think the condition of these is particularly great. Actually, I think these first two are not bad. Yeah, some edge wear. The thing is, this could still 10. They turn a blind eye on a lot of mid-era cards for some reason. Who knows? We'll see. But I paid like $8 or something like that for this, so it's pretty cheap. Anytime I see cheap level X's, I always pick them up. I just really think they're great. You don't find them often, and they're not really in demand on the Japanese sites, so they kind of just sit there in my experience. This is a beautiful card. Too bad I already have one in a 10. But this is definitely going to be graded, unless I can see something wrong with it. That texture is just phenomenal. I love it. So, I sold a lot. The first day I sold about 70% of everything, and the next second day was quite a bit slower. My biggest learning lesson is probably just bring more of the good stuff and less of the okay stuff. I had a bulk bin that I used for the first few hours of the first day. It was actually getting hits, but I quickly realized that if I'm selling $1 or $2 cards and a bunch of them at a time, I don't think the sell-through rate is strong enough to warrant, it taking up that much space on my table. So, learning lesson for next time. Oh, this is loved. This is loved beyond. Maybe if I can get a PSA 1, I might actually grade this. I'm going to try to do that. Another one of these. Ooh, heavily played. Not bad. It's actually a near mint, huh? Ooh, not bad. Nope. See that crease? Yeah, I bought this lot purely just to resell. I think I'm going to take an L on this lot because the photos suggested that some of these were actually near mint. And as you can tell, they are not nearly anything except for damaged. And oh my god, look at that. Well, that is the game that you play. I mean, these Riparians are actually in decent shape. Let's just do it this way. I could probably sell these heavily played ones for like $5 each, which is not bad. Oh, sad boy. I'm a sad boy. All right. All right, let's enter the last part of this video. My voice is killing me, so I can only do this for a little bit longer. This is a 35 card submission. Generally, how I think about submitting is about once a month I will submit a batch anywhere between 30 to 100 cards to PSA. I used to submit just hundreds of cards, and then I just realized that it's a lot more manageable if you just break it up, and I basically submit everything at bulk anyway, so a more consistent kind of outbound submission and then expecting it to come back sooner is a lot better than, you know, sorting through 300, I've done this multiple times, 150, 200, 300 cards, listing and all that stuff. So I like breaking it up now. This is about a month and a half worth of cards. I haven't really been acquiring too much up until recently, and so here's where I ended out. So you've already seen these cards. I have a second one of these hyper rare Charizards I want to submit. You know, the sad thing about these is I think in a 10 they only go for like 80 to 100 right now, which is that a nice, which is not great. If you have pets, you know that life when it comes to submissions. I am hyper paranoid that I'm seeing like dandruff and hair and all this stuff in my submissions because of my dogs. But you know, the funny thing is, it usually is not really a problem. I just always feel like I see it. Stormfront Zard. I think I unboxed this before, about a month ago. It has a pretty good shot at a 10. So here's the thing you got to realize: mid-era cards, for whatever reason, I feel like they are a bit more lenient. By mid-era, actually, what I really mean is EX era, and then some of these, you know, platinum, diamond, and pearl cards. This could totally 10. In fact, let me grab my other one. Oh, I don't know where my other one is. My other one that's unlimited has scuffs like this around the edges, some of the edges. So, let's see, man. We'll see. I mean, if it gets a 9, I'll still end up doing well on this. Beautiful card, probably my favorite Zard artwork. Really like what they did with that one. This guy, I have no idea why I'm grading this, because I think in a 10 it sells for $30. He's a 10er though, so we'll take it. CD Promo Zard. This came in the bulk collection that I bought. I'm super excited, by the way, because I have another collection coming in, and it is going to be ridiculous. Can't wait to show it. Can't wait to go through it and condition sort it. But this Zard, you know, I've actually never graded it's like all this crap. I've never graded this Zard before. Not the 20th Trade Please one or the CD Promo one. So we'll see. I actually, you know, this artwork, I really dig a lot. Oh, that's on the outside. So some 25th anniversary Zards. Job, if you're watching, I'm sorry, buddy, but I also love these Zards a lot. I think just texture-wise, these are probably one of my favorites. Outside of this one, this is a CLL, which is the Classic Collection. These are incredibly cheap now. I think you can get these Zards for like $100 or less. That collection set has definitely dropped a lot. So, 225ths and a Classic Collection. Oh, and the big boy. I bought this raw from my buddy Jake. Paid way too much for it. The price is tanked in a PSA 10 because someone decided to auction it. I have one in Unlimited, and I think this is going to 10 in Unlimited. We'll see. I think one of the corners has something with it. No. But they're they've been a bit lenient on XY Japanese from what I've seen. As long as it has good centering, there's a pretty good shot at getting a 10. Japanese exclusive artwork in variant, Umbreon and Darkrai. I just love how the, little Darkrai is just a little scrunchy. I love the Harper Rare. Look at that. Love the Hyper Rare design in the rainbow. I got this for pretty cheap. I've had a bunch of these in the past that I just graded and flipped. Ho EX from Breakpoint. Forget. I just sold one of these in 10 for like $80. And then the quad set of these guys. 2 sets of the Team Aqua, Team Magma, Groudon, Kyogre. 2 sets of the Team Aqua, Team Groudon, and Kyogres. I think these are in decent shape. I think one pair has a pretty good chance at 9ing. I forgot where. There's dog hair everywhere. Right there. You can see that. This one's pretty good though. I already have a set of these that are sequential. Are they sequential? No, they're not sequential. So my hope is to get one of these 2 pairs to 10 as sequential and then sell the rest off. In a PSA 10, the 2 of them sell together for about 900 to 1,000 right now. So that's pretty good. Let's hope we get something there. A couple pickups from the show. Apparently Pokerev has influenced the market a bit. Umbreon Vs are going for like 150 apparently. I bought these from one of the vendors, and also this Giratina. I think I overpaid, honestly, but just given their condition, and the centering is not, could be worse. Dude, I need to hire someone or something. See, that dust is never actually on the card. It's always somewhere else. In a 10, these are going up. The Gengar from Fusion Strike is at like 600 now. This is at 650, I believe. And so I don't have one in the collection, but if this 10s, then we'll see what happens. These guys, great condition. They 10. I think they go for like 250 right now. Okay, the last batch. I'll speed through this. Politoed from, I forget what set it is. You can see the nice little swirl on his behind. I was going through that binder I had for the show, and this card was incredibly minty. So I figured I'd grade it. In a 10, cards in this era don't go for much. They go for anywhere between like 150 to 300. 125 to 300. And so, are they undervalued? Yeah, I think so. But there's a good chance they may never go up. And so, I'm a huge fan of Politoed. One of my favorite Pokemon. I just loved how it's a variant or a different version of Poliwhirl. So Poliwrath or Politoed. These 3 Giratinas, 2 Prism Stars, and this reverse. The only reason why I'm really grading them is because there's a slight premium on these if you get a 10 and the conditions are nice, and then my cost basis is, I don't even know. These were in bulk. So in my literal bulk. So grading them $15 each, I can make a little bit of money. If not, in a 9, maybe I'll make my money back. Espeon from EV Heroes. The only reason why I'm grading this is because I'm upset at myself for opening up a box of EV Heroes as I was drinking some wine several months ago, sometime last year. I pulled this started crying, and then said I'm going to grade this to hopefully make some money back. I think in a 10 these only sell for like $75, but $75 is better than selling this for 15. Salamence from the Jump magazine promo. I think this is one of the OG original cracked ice cards. You can see that cool stamp right there. I just love Japanese cards like this that have the most unique texture. Like this almost looks fake, like a filter, right? Hopefully I get a 10 in this. It goes for like 200 to 250. This has been a card that, back in the day when I was getting back in the hobby, I would go through Bulbapedia and see all the different promos from all the different eras. When I saw this, I knew I had to get it one day, and I was able to get a sealed pack and open it. So hopefully it 10s and I can add it to the PC. Almost done here. Gyarados from Japanese Ancient Origins. I already have this in a 10. I just got another one. Love the art style. Probably one of my favorite Gyarados artworks. And this one is Unlimited from Bandit Ring, if I'm not mistaken. And last two cards. You've seen this card before on my channel. It comes from the Super Legend set in Japanese. It comes from X and Y in English, I think. Beautiful card. Hopefully it 10s. I just got this really to flip since I already have one. Last card. These character art style rares from XY. I don't even know, what is the style actually called? I'm not really sure. No particular reason I got this. I just enjoy Dragonite. I enjoy the art style, and I enjoy potentially being able to flip this for something else. I might actually end up keeping it on display. I do like this card a lot, so we'll see. I think that's it. So thank you guys. I know this video has been a jumbo potpourri of a bunch of different things. I really appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with me with my voice. And yeah, I had the footage from the event. I need to edit it all and go through it slowly but surely. I got a good amount of footage, but let's see what I can create with that. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the comments and support lately. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Hit me up anytime, and thanks for watching. Peace.